chat, here we go. We have Nwpo back on the stream. I think a lot of people have been asking for Nwpo, as he is one of the most exciting players to do it. And on the other side of the field, we have somebody who's been playing a good amount of show matches recently, and has been playing at a very high level, and that is Atow. Atow's only really struggled in one match, and that was playing against Diaz on US East. And I tell you what, that's just a different beast. Diaz on US East against the EU players has proven to be the next level up, but I do think that even considering how well Atow has been playing, Nwpo could just be the rank 1 player in the world right now. Now, you might be saying rank 1, you mean on the leaderboard, and I don't necessarily mean on the leaderboard, because that is actually Drowley right now. But Nwpo is currently rank 1 on RL Duels. And if you guys have followed me at all, you know how much I like RL Duels. I am not sponsored by them. There's nothing for me to gain by, shouting them out. But it's an ELO system that tracks 1v1 show matches to see, generally who's playing the best in 1v1 show matches. It was Daniel. Daniel went inactive, though. He has not been playing for 4 months, so I think he has rightfully been removed from the rating. And that leaves Nwpo here at rank 1, right ahead of Rawas. So Nwpo may just be rank 1. We talked a little bit about, how that's going to have to be decided eventually by having Nwpo and Rawas play. I don't know how recently they have played. I do think in that matchup, though, people would probably have Rawas as the favorites, even considering the fact that Nwpo has a bit more elo on RL Duels. Atow is just barely not going to be able to get this, as he's tried to use the dashes to catch back up for his counterattack. Nwpo made it just in time. Atow, the fake flick will be a goal as he puts himself up 2-1. Nwpo actually beat Rawas convincingly last time. You'd back him to win. Oh, is that interesting? Was that one of the matches in Saltmine? I'm trying to remember the last time they played. Saltmine is starting to, the last, most recent Saltmine game was 4 months ago. But that was probably in the Saltmine final. What was the Saltmine semifinal? Nwpo versus Rawas. Nwpo on the board for his second. Chat went with a 82-18 percentage in favor of Nwpo, and that is definitely one of the heavier favorites we've had in any stream. I think the Middle Eastern guys we've noticed have started to be, slightly biased towards, it would seem, by the chat. And so maybe there's a little bit of extra bias towards Nwpo, but I do think that chat does favor Nwpo to win. And certainly if this were, a prediction contest we were doing, we would have you guys having Nwpo 3-0ing Atow. And he's put up a strong enough performance right now for that to not seem like the safest bet. Atow dodges the Nwpo bump attempt and quickly dashes and shoots, and yet Nwpo, he plays at a speed unmatched by anybody. So of course he finds his way back to the save and does not get punished for his aggressive challenge. Atow is going to eventually get his goal, though. Buffalo leaving the tier 1 for 15 months. 15 months ago, you clicked a button with your butt while your phone was in your back pocket, and you still can't figure out what this channel is about. Car, soccer, what? Okay. Maybe just tell everybody that it's the best purchase you've ever made. Atow gets a fourth. I do feel like we need a special shout out for the tier 1ers now that the tier 1ers are contributing towards our Partner Plus status. We got our Prime till full time, so they already have their special shout out. As Nwpo playing from behind over halftime here. Fakes the flick, but Atow does well to not just cover the potential flick, but also not allow the fake to sneak underneath him. But Nwpo's follow-up will convert. Atow seemed like he was debating between coming off the ceiling or not. Nwpo takes the dribble at that mid-heights, that mid-range heights. Something that players have done a ton to start to counter the fact that ceiling challenges have become so common. Once upon a time, people just kind of got as much air underneath the ball as they could possibly hope for, because that pulled them as far away from the defender as possible, as defenders, for the most part, played from low on the ground. But now that the ceiling challenge has come so regular, you have to kind of find a mid-range right in the center of the arena with a slight skew towards going high to be the toughest place for a defender to get to challenge. Nwpo turns what looks like a poor first touch setup into a perfect dribble, a 50 on the goal line, and a goal. This is one of Nwpo's specialties. When he's been playing his best ones, he has been able to just neutralize the ball on the goal line. He will take these dribbles and take the air out of the ball right there, inches out of your net, and follow it up for the goal. Nwpo never worried, trying to go for another one of his goal line 50s. This time Atow is able to keep it out, and the boost spawns just in time for him. He's going to steal the back corner as well and try and work from there. A perfect half flip to deal with the bump from Nwpo. But despite the fact that Nwpo's been starved out, that just never seems to bother him. His speed just maintains no matter where he's going. Finds a way to get strong challenges. Another 50 attempt, this time with his wheels, and Atow wins it heavily in his favor. Nwpo challenges quickly, and Atow read it. Oh no, Atow! How many times has he done this? I feel like I've seen this once per series from Atow. A seemingly easy opportunity for a player of his caliber does not connect, and this one could not have been at a more crucial moment. He needs to tie the game. He's on 0 boost now, and he's kind of forced to flick to play it at his top speed and not just slow down and lose the ball. Nwpo chain dashing. He gets the play. Nwpo's on 0 boost, and he just chain dashes his way all the way from the back wall into the corner to send the clear out to the other half and secure the first game. Nwpo, he is one of a kind, and he's got the game 1 win. Game number 2. Nwpo and Atow have found themselves a server they like. It's a 92 ping for Nwpo, 32 for Atow, and it's not an EU-7 server, which the pros claim to be terrible. Atow air dribble bump does not connect. It does seem like private servers are a different collection than ranked servers. It's going to be a low bump from Nwpo to open up the scoring. It seems like they have a collection of ranked servers, private match servers, and RLCS servers. I could be wrong about that, but nice reset from Atow. Both these guys with quick goals in the first 30 seconds. This one comes from a lot of movement off the reset from Atow. I know that Atow has been talking about, Atow and Zen, I keep pressing the wrong button. Atow and Zen have been tweeting about fixing the servers. I would hope, my optimistic take is that, you know, Psyonix does instantly recognize when servers are having specific issues. It's just not as quick of a fix as I think the players would probably like. I guess the fastest fix they could possibly do, if I had to guess, if servers were having troubles, is actually identifying which ones they are and just taking them offline until they're fixed. But if they aren't like a specific set of servers, then there is no quick fix, I don't think. Nwpo double jump bump. Atow, even though he gets contacted with, he's able to send it to the back wall before the goal, and he just didn't think Nwpo was going to shoot, and he's fortunate that Nwpo didn't put it on target. Nwpo off the ceiling. Atow got caught thinking about a flick and was not able to recover his awkward angle with the pogo. Nwpo now reset. Not enough, though, to get over the top of Atow, as he chains a couple dashes together. trying to find a way to get midfield boost and keep possession. Nwpo just shot that directly into Atow. I want to kind of watch it from Nwpo's perspective again, because I want to know what he was thinking there. I don't know if he thought Atow was going to be closer. Certainly, you almost never want to shoot angled down, pushing the ball into the ground where the defender is, and that just enables the fastest counterattacks and is never really a great scoring opportunity. Nwpo just backflipped that from ground height to the moon and managed to make the follow-up save as well. A great bit of defense from Nwpo. Look at the shots. Everybody tune in to the wall dashes. You need to start learning them. Nwpo shows you why right here. A little wall dash right on the curve of the wall, I think, too, as well, as he rose up to give him the speed for the shot. It's nothing for a guy like Nwpo. He got himself a goal. Atow, a kickoff goal to retake the lead. Wave dash kickoff for Atow. Nwpo actually chased him out there, so best case scenario for Atow, who has a late recovering Nwpo, and a guy like Atow, he's not missing those. If you're Nwpo, you either need to win the race to the boost, or you need to not commit yourself so hard, because it leads to your recovery being late, and you oftentimes don't have any way to stop a solid dribble like that. Oh, Nwpo, he might be a little bit tilted, or he might have DC'd or something. I think he's just tilted though. I think he's maybe. Oh no, yeah, it looked like a tilt situation to me. He says he did not DC. Atow says score, and I think Nwpo. Okay, he will take the goal. Nwpo says that he didn't DC. He had an opportunity to just roll the ball at Atow if he wanted, as a way to say like, hey, no, I just got tilted. But maybe he did DC and he was just trying to be nice earlier. Atow, the reset over the top of Nwpo. Make it 6-3. Able to get a little bit of cushion that he's going to need. Cushion that he didn't have when he had the lead in game number 1, and Nwpo brought it back and took the win. Atow seemed to have some grand ideas for his air dribble that never came to fruition. And Nwpo allowed a free goal. Nwpo gonna go for the angle. He's right back within 1. I was talking about cushion a moment ago. And it takes Nwpo no time at all to get rid of said cushion. The Evo strat. Yeah, Evo earlier. Man, there's been a lot of kickoff goals here. Atow's going to find another. Evo earlier said that he lagged, got a goal given back to him, and then said, basically, I scammed you. I actually didn't lag. But that's not what Nwpo did. I mean, Nwpo said, no, I don't need a goal. But he was still giving it, as Atow is bumped here on his air dribble. Nwpo couldn't get a touch. You see him double jump, almost as if he was worried about Atow taking the angle here early. But Atow did fake off of it, and then Nwpo couldn't protect the ball on the landing. So it's back to a 3-goal lead. Atow. Oh, what a shot from Nwpo. My goodness, look at these dashes. Nwpo has always been a pioneer in it, but a little dash on the side wall, he doesn't have that same speed if he doesn't go for it. And he's able to just launch a shot across the whole field because of it. If you land, then even if you just use boost, just don't think you're coming out of that corner with that much speed. You're not able to make that shot. Nwpo prioritizing playing keep away here as Atow slams one off the side wall. Nwpo going top right. Atow makes the save. and actually keeps the ball around to turn around the possession. Wasted a good amount of time. Nwpo, who knows he needs to score quick, decides to just boom the ball, probably hoping he was going to be out over the top of Atow. This is a great 50 for him. Can he bump Atow? He needs to, but he can't. Atow gets around it. He tried to. And now, with 0 boost, it actually is still possible for Nwpo. He should have a decent possession here. There it is. His goal that seemed like it was coming with Atow so deep in the blue half with nothing. And now 8 seconds to work with to try and tie this game up. Nwpo not going to go up the corner. Instead, just going to flick it directly at the net, and it's the right decision. At 0 seconds, he scores. A lot of players trying to attack out of the corner here, but he knew Atow was low on boost and that he was likely going to be forced to dive and challenge if he just cuts in field. That's exactly what Atow did. And he flicked it over the top of him. So now we're in overtime. Atow, I think he desperately needs this overtime win. As chat. And I have him as the underdog here, and I think he just turned in field when he could not get away with it. Nwpo will make it 2-0. And a game that felt like it was Atow the whole way becomes a Nwpo victory just like that. And Atow's now staring at a reverse sweep he'll need to get if he wants to get the win against Nwpo. Game 3. Nwpo and Atow. Can Atow recover mentally from a tough loss? You know, we talked about Atow versus Nush. That I think happened yesterday. Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. What matters is what's happening right now as Nwpo finds the impossible angle and gets that underneath the crossbar and in. He's up in the lead. But as I was saying, you know, Atow forced perfection out of Nush. Any moment in which Nush didn't play perfect, it was a goal for Atow. And now we're seeing that at the next level here with Nwpo and Atow. Anytime Atow slightly messes up, Nwpo finds a way to score. This air dribble bump doesn't connect, but it was good enough to starve Nwpo out. Look at those chain dashes. You got to be scared, man. Anytime you see those chain dashes coming at you, you never know what Nwpo could do. Demo, though, for Atow, and he's tied it up in this game number 3. Nwpo deciding to stay on ball for the kickoff despite only having a pad's worth of boost, and Atow will ground pinch it to punish. Atow able to grab the 100 and then essentially had the ball set up for him by Nwpo. Nwpo trying to chase Atow down. Atow able to avoid the demo and get the goal. Nwpo knew it was a bit of an all-in play, but he even got sparks. He got sparks there on my screen, at least, as he drove past Atow. So I'm sure he felt like he had a good chance at getting the demo. Nwpo able to make the recovery save. 0 boost to work with now. He's going to go for the quick shot. Can he get the double jump in? He does. It was his last-ditch opportunity anyways, with the amount of boost he had left. But the double jump shot was enough. Atow peels away as he knows he's not making the save. You know, I look at the chat and I see Atow is dominating. And to be fair, I think in each game so far, Atow has gotten the lead. Sometimes maybe even a multiple goal lead. Certainly none bigger than that late lead in game 2. But Nwpo's brought them all back. Huge fake, which is an interesting decision because it does allow Nwpo to recover. But no, Atow, he believes in himself. He knows that Nwpo's best chance is this pre-flip save. If he doesn't get it, he will be able to outplay him. And that is exactly what happened. Atow has a carry here on the goal line, likely to go low bump, but Nwpo stays patient. Sneaks out underneath. Nwpo, a carrying dribble. Look at the control from Nwpo. He front flips into the ball, soft touches the whole way to carry it, and then the goal line 50. Whether it's in the air or on the ground, he's always so tough to move there. Make sure he's around for the follow-up as well. The Middle East region has always been known for their solid 50s. And Nwpo no exception. Atow the hook shot. Now has Nwpo low and boost in net. We can see that clearly from our POV, but reminder that Atow does not get that indicator. It's just us here in the spectator mode in case you haven't played since the new update. They did not add boost to everybody, just your team. Atow actually might have made the right decision there by tapping the ball directly towards his net as the best way to keep it away from Nwpo, and then followed it up with a big boom. He got himself boost, but his dribble, I was going to say, actually didn't look very promising, and yet here he is, able to get something out of it. Nwpo, the chain dashes, is going to get him yet another goal. The maniac chain dashing that is unmatched surprises Atow and gets him on the right side of the play. Atow, a little camera check to see if Nwpo's going to follow him into the corner, which he does. That seems like probably a bit too much of a commit, but how many times have we said that and it's been completely wrong? Anytime you think to yourself, that guy committed a little bit too much, you then have to remind yourself, wait, is it Nwpo? Because if it's Nwpo, then maybe he didn't. Nwpo, interesting decision to just boom the power shot from midfield. It's a play that's very likely to end up with him giving away control of the ball, but I guess he just wanted boost that bad, or wanted to play quickly that bad. You see him air rolling away from the wall there so that his flip lands perfectly on the catch. Nwpo almost able to catch Atow, being a bit too comfortable trying to start a dribble near his net. He was trying to dunk it right off the top and directly on target, but it hit back wall, and it allows Atow the extension of the lead. So 2-goal lead with 49 seconds. No lead has been safe for Atow so far. So it hardly feels like Atow has secured the game by any means. Atow at 0 boost. This 50 will put him on offense. Needs to save, boost on the shot, and he did not. So Nwpo will get the save. Counterattack likely for the goal. No, Atow able to deny it. I think there was a window there, but Nwpo placed it a bit too infield. And now with 15 seconds left to go, Nwpo has to score on this take. He did the same kind of thing in the previous game, and this time he fakes Atow as he makes like he's going to cut the ball infield or do anything with it. Not necessarily infield, but towards that right post, and Atow just thought, no way, he just stays grounded and does nothing when I'm right here on the ball, but that's exactly what Nwpo did. Now he needs one more goal. Atow on low boost, and he just set up a wall play for Nwpo. Did he just dig his own grave? Nwpo waits for the ball to come slightly off the ceiling, and I think he does that intentionally in order to not play it too high, because he wants to force Atow to have to cover some distance off the ceiling, but Atow did and was able to get the Game 3 win and start the potential reverse sweep. Game 4. Atow stays alive against the rank 1 1v1er in the world according to RL Duels. But I'm not sure he'd be able to hold that through a loss here. think Rawas right behind him is pretty close in rating. They might just transfer over to Rawas. If so, Atow able to block Nwpo's first attempt and take it in the other way for a goal. Both these guys getting back into form here as RLCS will be starting up. It's starting up a little bit sooner for Nwpo, who will be playing, I believe on Friday is when both qualifiers start. But the MENA ones are 2-day qualifiers, so they actually end on Saturday. Rule 1 playing alongside their new teammate Venom. If I haven't mentioned that yet, the new Rule 1 squad, Nwpo, Khaled, and Venom in place of Ahmad. And Venom is that old Cola teammate that Nwpo played with before as he pogos on his fake. But the ball is off target. Atow playing alongside the same teammates as the previous split, and I don't know why that would ever not be the case, as they looked like, even though they didn't win, maybe still the best team in the world. Nwpo, another mid-range height dribble. Atow able to stop this one. Nwpo's pre-jump might have just committed him a bit too hard. Atow waited it out and read the defense from Nwpo. Once he saw him returning back to the ground, he said, okay, now's a good time, because now Nwpo's going to be reacting late to this next dribble. It's not very likely he intercepts my bump, and now Atow, a kickoff goal to make it a 3-0 lead. I would say that no lead is safe, but this time around, he has prevented Nwpo from scoring at all, so it does seem like he's off to a good start here. Nwpo, wave dash bump, and he's on the board. Kickoffs, always so important in ones. Nwpo gets one to go his way, and it quickly ends his drought. Now another kickoff win directly over the top of Atow, and he's right back in it. Atow, I think, going for a no-jump kickoff. I want to go back. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I think if you delay, I think if he's expecting a delay from Nwpo, he can chip it over the top of him. That could be the explanation for no jumping. But yeah, if you are expecting the player to take a standard kickoff, speed to the ball, try and dunk through it, then you definitely do not want to stay grounded, as that's what will happen. Atow air dribble bump, and he got just a bit of a connection on Nwpo. These guys have become very efficient in the bump game. They need to start challenging each other's possessions earlier if they want to rewrite the scripts. Atow not able to win this 50. Nwpo, even on very little boost, gets the ball to go in his favor, and now can he find a way to sneak this in? They're both low. As Atow resets in the corner, and Nwpo just cuts in field. He actually had a little zap dash, it looked like, or was attempting to get one to try and get back to the ball quickly if he needed to, but he didn't. Atow swung so wide here that it was just a freebie for Nwpo. Little zap dash kickoff, as Atow doesn't go to it at all. Nwpo is going to get the first real attempt on net, though, so definitely kickoff in his favor. Wave dash catch into Atow, and he actually saved a second 50 as well. Forces it into the corner off with a touch from Nwpo. Nwpo, though, will eat up this flick and tie the game. Atow, I called it a flick, but technically it was just a single jump pop, and then he flipped away from the ball. He was hoping for a bit of height on that flick, I'm sure. But the kickoff goals won't stop, and they'll be the difference right now in Atow having the lead. A little camera check. See if Atow is going to try and take the ball away from him early. It's air dribble bumps again. This time Atow up over the top of it. It's another way to stop them. If you haven't found a way to prevent them from happening, you do usually have to go over the top of them. But there's a very short list of names who seem like they can do that consistently enough to get away with it. Nwpo expecting the Atow turn. Just made a play on the ball. And Atow snuck underneath. Not have boost to rise up. It was just about double jump height. I mean, without any boost, you're not likely to leave the ground at all, as you won't have a great recovery. So now we're at a tie game. Nwpo on the verge of ending the series before game 5. He does not want to allow Atow a chance for the full reverse sweep. But it has looked like Atow, who has been playing better in these past couple games. He wants an air dribble bump again. He has to go low, and he gives Nwpo a little high five there on the ground. Nwpo has been getting bumped on these air dribble bumps on the ground because they're starting so early, and he's finding himself shadowed and unable to turn around. Nwpo, little wall dash to set this one up. I think he ended up, breaking away all of his momentum that he got from it. But still, a fancy way to get to the setup and a booming power shot. So often those are about the time in which you take them, whether it's for getting a lot of power on the shot or for specifically timing your defender, which does seem like it's more about that for the pro players nowadays. You kind of make sure your defender hits the brakes, comes to a full stop, and then you beat them. Now a direct kickoff, and all of a sudden Nwpo's in the lead. 7-6. And it feels, for some reason, like Atow's going to have a tougher time bringing it back than Nwpo will. As he zap dashes to recover and gets a 50. Decides not to go out to the midfield to grab 100. Probably didn't have time to do it, as Nwpo out of the air saves the flip. And instead plays it a bit more passively. He just wants to stay in control of the ball. He had one of these shots earlier, and Atow didn't respect it, didn't think he could find the angle. This time he knows he can. Gets out to make the save. 17 seconds left to go. Nwpo, there's nothing he loves more than just turning on the ball and staying in possession. Although Atow should get a clean take. Nwpo challenges right away again. He does not want to see another air dribble bump. And that's exactly what Atow's been doing when he has space. Nwpo, though, just took all the space that Atow needed to occupy if he wanted to keep the ball up in the air. He said either get demoed or leave, and if you leave, the ball will hit the ground. So credit to Nwpo, who's able to finish it off 3-1 and not allow Atow to bring it to game 5. Jeez.